this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a third down.
And they insert their dime package, 6 DBs here on 3rd and 6.
Expecting pass all the way. Now Bernard. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave them with a 4th down. Big boys down there in the trenches, and a nice play to stop them cold. Nothing there.
Yeah, when you talk about big boys, you're talking about those defensive tackles, those nose tackles. They're not just big, they're immense, and what a big-time play there.
So not exactly jubilation over on that visiting sideline, but at least a high 5 or 2 for their kicker as he gets them the first points of the night here on the opening drive.
And 3 points are not to be underestimated. You're on the road, under the lights, national TV audience. You want to come out and look good, and that's a good start right there.
And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. Looked like they had something going last drive. Then the interception happened. Will they recover?
The memory they need to keep with them is that they did have something going. They were moving the ball on offense, had a nice sequence going. Don't worry about the other part. You can't get that back. Let's go back to what you were doing well before.
I thought you were going to say they need to have no memory, but remember the good part, forget the bad.
I like that even better.
It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down. To throw on 2nd down. He's got his man on the crossing route. And he's finally taken down, but not before getting across midfield and across the 45-yard line.
Coaches really don't care from what position they get this, but run after the catch ability, rack ability, is often the difference between winning and losing and changing field position.
So after that big play, let's see if they can catch their defense maybe on their heels. Yeldon, the lone running back. Bortles going to throw. He's going to air one out and almost intercepted. It would have been his 2nd pick of the game. Instead, it'll be 2nd down. Now look at the starting unit, and here's to you, Mr. Robinson.
Oh, I like that one. Allen Robinson, I love coming out of Penn State. Everyone kept telling me he's not fast enough. And I kept pointing to the film and saying, yes, but he catches everything. He's definitely a threat.
Bortles will try again on 2nd down. It's caught right side. It turns. They call that a loss of 6 yards. And it's 3rd down now.
Now that was well defended. And as a cornerback, what you're taught when you see a wide receiver screen, either you get underneath the play before the blocking forms, or you're going to have to fight your way through it by getting through some blocking. That was a really nice play there.
Bortles now to throw. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Putting pressure on the guy throwing the football is always good, but when you can couple that with contact on him that leads to an incompletion as we just saw there, that's winning football.
Landry now on the return. Nearly a huge return, as it is still a very good one. 24 yards. And that will come the offense as they take over. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. Wentz now on 1st down. He'll rifle this, and that's caught inside the 30. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. A big play there. His first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Dolphins strike quickly here for 6 points. It's up and good, and that'll increase their lead to 10-zip. Franks now on to kick it away after the touchdown. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. The Jaguars offense now heads back onto the field. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
Well, clearly one of his advantages as a passer is his height, sit back in the pocket, fired over the middle. That makes things tougher defensively, doesn't it?
It really does, because your goal is to move the quarterback off his initial spot when he gets his drop back completed. But when you have that type of height, he can stay in there. If he's willing to take the hits and just fire over the top, which saves him time and actually completes a play a little bit quicker than it normally does for a quarterback who has to slide and find open space to throw.
And a look at the starters for the Miami defense.
Eric Reid is a safety that you can use all over on defense, both in the box as a tackler and back deep as a cover man.
Throwing now is Bortles. They go with a screen. It's Yeldon. Only a yard there. Sniffed out well defensively, and it brings up third.
In order for a screen pass to break big, a lot of things have to come together and be well executed. But all it takes is one small thing to go wrong and keep it from being a big gain.
Completed pass on second down. Now it's third down as the defense looks for the stop. Now Bortles on the bootleg. And incomplete on the deep ball. Allen Robinson, the intended receiver. And it's fourth down. Here's Brad Nortman now as he'll kick it away for the second time. And this is away, and I don't think Landry will get a chance to return here. And this will depend on the spot as it sails out of bounds, and they'll say it sailed out at the 10-yard line. The Dolphins offense now working their way back onto the field. And following that long touchdown pass, a one-play drive last time, to see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time. That's what you work on all the time. Make sure that no one gets behind you. That's the cardinal sin of defense, not giving up the long pass. They did. Let's see how they adjust.
Oh, that was dangerous. Threw it into coverage, almost picked. But instead, they'll keep it on second down. Once again here on 2nd and 10. This one caught. Jordan Cameron. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets this football out shy of the 30 to the 29. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. He can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
Now Wentz throwing on second down. Brought in over the middle by Grant. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. It's a gain of 6 on the play, and that'll bring up a 3rd and 1.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
3rd down now following the completed pass. They come out here in the eye. Now a carry for Bernard. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line.
Everyone understood their role on that play. 3rd and 1. You know the defensive guys, they're trying to get down and get low and get leverage on the offensive lineman, but they didn't allow that to happen. They created a crease and allowed him to get through for a first down.
They'll run again with Bernard. And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
They'll run it here with Bernard. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football in that situation. That's almost a tendency breaker.
Here's Bernard. And he'll get this down only to about the 46. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held him to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
This is Coleman. He'll get only a couple down to the 44. Deshaun Gibson there on the tackle.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things. But the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
Jordan Cameron is tight end, the intended receiver, and it's 4th down.
Pretty nice coverage there, but a missed opportunity for an interception. Let's face it, a lot of these defenders, they've got it all. Speed, athleticism, hands, a little bit questionable.
And now a low liner. I think he mishit it. Fair catch called for and made right at the 25-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Jaguars go on offense, 1st down and 10. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut it, all right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But, hey, listen, there's got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
Now it's 2nd and 7. Bortles to throw on 2nd down. Then the hook up here to Allen Robinson. And he's finally taken down, but not before getting across midfield and across the 45-yard line. Bortles now on 1st down. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. They'll wind up losing 8 on the sack there, and it's 2nd down. And their inaugural sack of the game coming from an unlikely source.
You mean it wasn't a linebacker? It wasn't a defensive end?
It was somebody like you.
Oh, my goodness. Yeah, that's a surprise for the offense.
And the Dolphins rush gets home. Down he goes. It'll go as a loss of about 6, and now it brings up 3rd.
Okay, let's go back a little bit and see if my schooling comes to the front. What's that old saying? Those who forget the lessons of history are doomed to repeat them. That's the same guy who's gotten back-to-back sacks. I think a double team may be in order.
On 3rd and long, it's Bortles. And he took the contact as he was throwing it, and the ball drops incomplete. Well, they've had a pretty frustrating first half here offensively, and then just continued there with that incompletion.
Yeah, definitely frustrating for them, but heartening for the other guys. Those stop troops, they're enjoying things right now. They've made it very difficult for them throughout the half.
And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. Out comes the Miami offensive unit now. They get set to take over. They're out in front. Last time they had to punt it away. We'll see if they can add to their lead now.
They don't want to go out and punt it away again. This team now wants to get a cushion, put people away. They want to run their offense and have it end up in the end zone.
And strong running there gets this up over the 15-yard line. And the 2-minute warning lurking. This will probably be the last play before we hit it.
Yeah, they want to get themselves in position to score in this last shot before the clock hits.
2 minutes to go here in the first half. Back with more from Jacksonville. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back after this. It's a 5-receiver set. 3 to the left, 2 to the right. Now Wentz. This one complete. It's C.J. Fedorowicz. A good pickup after the penalty, 12 yards, and it's second down.
Seeing that play and understand just how tough it is to cover tight ends, especially the ones running around the NFL nowadays, makes me glad I didn't make it in that league. I would have had a really difficult time.
But now you get to sit up here with me.
Yeah, and that's fun, isn't it? And what a really nice game right there on first down for them. Brings up a nice second down for them. So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
Wentz now to throw. And over the middle, this is Parker. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. That one good for 16, and the drive will continue.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-armed guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one. When you execute a drag or a crossing route really well and give them a chance to let it develop a little bit, you can gain some significant yardage hitting your tight end on that one.
Again, it's Wentz. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. Nothing on the screen that time. Now it's third down. Now they couldn't get anything going there out on the right side of the flat of the swing pass.
And didn't we have a discussion with their staff about wanting to get the backs more involved in the passing game? Huge emphasis for this game, but obviously the defense had other plans and really made a nice play.
3rd and 4. Now Wentz again. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. And now the Jags defense deciding to call a timeout. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. And that is much too long. That's into the end zone for a touchback. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. And the ball backed way up, so thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these 2 teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
He finds Hearns left side. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. It's a 5-receiver set. 3 to the left, 2 to the right. Throwing on first down is Bortles. Surveying the field, eluding the pressure right. And he's just going to throw this one out of bounds here. Nowhere to go with it, incomplete. So we've reached halftime here, and it's the visiting Dolphins taking a lead to the locker room. As we send you a couple hours south to Orlando, let's check in with Larry Ridley for our EA Sports Halftime Report. So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. Out comes the Dolphins now. They'll go on offense first here in this 3rd quarter. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. Wentz now on first down. It's caught. Cameron left side. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. They'll get 16 yards there. And the Dolphins are going to get a first down. On first down, Wentz. Looking left side, he's got it, complete. That throw good for 4. It's second down. He had time, was able to survey the field and find a soft spot in that zone coverage.
And that's where it gets difficult for a defender, Brandon. You go to your spots on the field that you have to cover, and when the offense finds an area that you're not in, that's where they throw the football.
Here's Wentz to throw. It's caught by Carew. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. Give him 6 on the play, and they'll be faced with a 3rd and inches. They come out here in the eye, and they'll run it here. And he'll get nothing out of that one. They'll be marked inches short. No gain on the play, and that's going to lead them to 4th down. Now it's Andrew Franks on for Miami. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. Now it's Andrew Franks on for Miami. This from 54 yards away. And Frank's kick is good. And that'll push the lead up to 13-0. So a good kick there, and they wrap up the drive by putting 3 on the board.
And you know, let's face it, you're not always going to come away with 6. Defense in the NFL are just too good. But you've got to come away with something. And there, they get 3.
And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 yards with a new rule as he's taken down right at the 20-yard line. Play fake here on 1st down. Oh, look at Thomas wide open. And they're going to get this one all the way out across the 45. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
There are so many things to watch for when you play defense. And reading your keys, you always hear about that, and having your eyes in the right place. Sometimes your eyes can fool you. How about that play action there? And it sprang the big guy, didn't it?
Able to dump it over the top to him. Bortles now on 1st down. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. It'll go as a gain of 12. And the Jags are going to have a 1st down.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen, where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
They go play action here on 1st down. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
I like the boldness, and I like that they took a shot downfield, but it was well covered. He's able to get a hand in and knock it away.
They come out here in the eye. And he is going to be hit and taken down. Bortles sacked. And I know it seems like we say this a lot in broadcast booths, but a quarterback can hold on to the football too long in these situations. I think he did right there.
Oh, I agree with you totally. Sometimes you have to understand situations. Get rid of the football, save some yardage to make it less to gain for the next down. Instead, he was so hipped on ball security, he held on to it and took a big sack.
On 3rd and long, it's Bortles. It's caught right side. It turns. They get 15, but they still needed a little bit more. 4th down.
That was a nice catch, and if the goal was to get into field goal range, it certainly appears that they accomplished that.
Well, and sometimes that's what you dial up in these situations, right, when you want 3?
Well, if the goal was to get into field goal territory, even though it'll be a long attempt, I think they accomplished that.
And sometimes you have plays for that. It's not always a 1st down when you want 3, get a little bit closer, making it an easier shot.
Yeah, sometimes you just have to concede to the defense, and they know what you're trying to get done, and to try and get any more than that is almost folly. Take what you can get, maybe have an opportunity to put 3 points on the board.
They'll go with a big back, Yeldon. And he gets the 1st down here as he's taken down at the 24.
It would have been a long field goal attempt, so when you only need a few inches, this, to me, is the right decision. And they wind up picking up the conversion on 4th down.
And here comes play number 6 on this drive.
Here we go now. Blue 45. Blue 45. 47 to the mic, boy. 47.
Throwing on first down is Bortles. And that is incomplete here.
Receivers work all the time on making sure they catch the ball, haul it into their bodies before they turn and run. A little bit of loss of focus on that play.
Second down now after the incompletion. Bortles again here on 2nd and 10. This will be caught at the 2. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Allen Hurns, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Jaguars are back within a score. And this is no good. It's a missed extra point. Boy, in a tight game, how important might that turn out to be here as the second half rolls along? And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. Out comes the Dolphin offense now as they get set to take over here. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they've got to make sure that...
And this is caught at the 20. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Their dangerous wide receiver with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Dolphins are able to grow their lead. And this one through the uprights and good. Franks now on to kick it away after the touchdown. This is fielded at the goal line. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away. And
the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be second down.
Well, they decided to air it out a little bit on that play, take a shot downfield, but the coverage was really nice, able to get a hand in and tip it away.
Back to the air on second down. It's Bortles. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
Throwing his Bortles on third down. And he's got it to Hurns. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs.
Well, we always hear about the connections some quarterbacks have with certain receivers. I think this guy has a connection with just about everyone. Didn't mind throwing it in there against double coverage to him.
Shows some confidence, supreme confidence.
Big-time confidence that he would make the play for him, and he did.
Now Bortles. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. And they weren't in zone coverage. They were in man, and each man did his job.
And that looked like vintage, old-school coverage, didn't it? Man coverage reminded me of an old Raiders team. They had a Hall of Famer at one corner and a Defensive Player of the Year at the other, and they just locked people down.
Bortles to throw on second down. He rifles one that's intercepted. It's picked off by Gillette, and he will bring it back. It's a pick six and a Dolphins touchdown. Short throw, pick six right there. Those linebackers, they love when those short throws come and those eyes get real wide, don't they?
How about the anticipation on the play? Reading, reacting, and then the ability to catch the football and take it in the opposite direction.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. They come up in an offset eye. Now Bortles. It's caught on the right side by Robinson. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. 13 yards there on the pickup. And it's good enough for a Jacksonville first. Bortles now on first down. Caught out left side by Robinson. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. Back now in Jacksonville. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4. They'll put 2 receivers left, 2 to the right. On second down, here's Bortles. Green's got it over the middle. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory.
In recent years, the slot receivers really gained stature in the NFL because they can do so many things. Yes, they can line up wide like your normal wide receiver, but to have that kind of courage and toughness to run routes in the middle of the field and become dependable targets for their quarterbacks and move the sticks, those guys are worth their weight in gold.
They'll get a couple yards on that one, and that'll make it second down.
So many things have to come together just right for a screen pass to break for big yardage. The blocking, the timing of the pass to the runner.
Now he's hit, and Bortles fumbled. It's loose. And this is taking it right down Broadway. And this is brought all the way back. A fumble recovery and taken to the house for a Miami touchdown. We know this defense has some playmakers. We saw it right there. Well, really, we've seen it the whole game.
Isn't it nice to see that on the opposite side of the ball? Respect, my man, respect. The defensive guys are outscoring their opposing offense.
Yeah, they're outscoring him indeed with that score alone. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. The defensive line disperses a little bit here, maybe expecting a pass. They'll start out on the ground. It's T.J. Yeldon. And a short pickup there as he'll take this up to right around the 20. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
Partner, you know I love to point out when teams break tendency and do something a little bit different from the norm. But when you run the ball in the first play of the drive, that's not a tendency breaker at all. That's just trying to establish yourself as you move forward.
And after the play on the ground, that brings up second down here. They come out here in the eye.
Green, 90. Green, 90. Let's go, Mike 50. Mike 50.
Now Bortles throwing on second down. And for a third time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off by Rashad Jones. And they'll set up shop in enemy territory at the 45-yard line. And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And this has been a recurring theme tonight for sure. Nowhere to run. Back to the line of scrimmage, that's all.
So, Brandon, when this offense gathers together to watch tape for this game, they're going to be feeling pretty good about themselves until the coaches get upset about the play we just saw. But you know their defense is going to be. But we put up big points all game long. The defense is going to win one every now and then.
Again, here's Bernard. And he's able to get this one down to about the 40. It'll be a pickup of 5, and that leaves him with 5 more. 3rd and 5 now.
But you got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a 2nd and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to 3rd and manageable with that run.
Here we go now.
And they give this time to the tailback. Calling no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down. Well, a well-executed blitz, no doubt. Great job by the linebacker. Maybe the quarterback, if he could have seen that, could have audibled there.
Yeah, he needed to be in a different play because that one just meshed perfectly for the defense. All the gaps were filled except for the one the offense really wanted to run through, and that was filled by a big man wanting to make a tackle.
And he made a great tackle. So it's 3 more points, and that widens things out even further here in the 4th.
Hey, in this league, you can never have too much. So if you're in range, grab the 3 whenever you can.
That's fielded in the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Here comes the Jaguars offense as they get set here. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. Yeldon, the lone running back. Throwing now is Bortles. He was looking to get it to Allen Hurns that time. And it's 2nd down.
And that incompletion was caused by the defense. I think they were trying to get one into the middle of the field, trying to find a receiver there. But they were in zone defense. And what are the advantages of being in zone? Eyes and reaction. Eyes meaning all eyes are on the quarterback and able to react when he throws the football and rally to that spot. And that's exactly what happened there. Able to get there and knock it away.
They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
Throwing his Bortles on 3rd down. He finds Hurns left side. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down.
Partner, I think that completion takes the definition of dink and dunk to a different level, doesn't it?
It does, and the defense was right there, kind of played into their hands. They're already slim hopes are going to ride on this one. They'll go on 4th down. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. And the wideout in motion. Now Bortles, got to have this one. And he finds Julius Thomas. It'll be a gain of 11. And they're able to pick up the conversion here on 4th down.
We always talk about big-time players make big-time plays in big-time moments. I think that 4th down qualified. That was a heck of a throw.
They go play action here on 1st down. Oh, look at Thomas wide open. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line. That one goes for 38 yards. And it'll give the Jags a 1st down. Throwing on 1st down is Bortles. And he will not get the connection there. It's incomplete.
The goal of anyone running a curl route is to make sure you try and get defenders on your back and shield them away from the football. But sometimes, even when you run a good route, the defense finds a way to knock it away.
Back to the air on 2nd down. It's Bortles. His throw caught right around the 6. That would go for 17 yards, and now they've got it 1st and goal. And this will probably be the last play they can squeeze in here before the 2-minute warning.
Defense always has to be careful in this situation. A lot of teams like to take a shot.
They'll try to run for it with Yeldon. And somewhat of a measure of revenge as he's in for the touchdown. but they still trail big time.
He'll take it, but he won't be able to smile about it. Well, it's been a tough day, but they finally were able to get one into the end zone, and maybe the offense will feel a little bit better about itself going into next week.
And if you're a coach taking that into next week, I know you're upset, but it is a little bit more respectable, somewhat of a moral victory, right?
Yeah, they probably won't say a lot of that to the team, but it is true. It's something for them to build on, and then they can call their mom and tell her, hey, Mom, for your fantasy points, we got you a few down the stretch.
And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. And the Dolphins offense now ready to go back out on the field. They come into enemy territory, and I don't care what the matchup is in the National Football League. You're up like this late in the game on the road. This feels pretty good.
Oh, it feels fantastic. Anytime you get a road victory in the NFL, that's a big-time accomplishment, and to do it this convincingly, that just tears up the script that every home team has, which is nobody comes into our house and pushes us around. They took care of business today.
Yeah, they pushed around, and now the final stages of this one.
Hurry up, here we go. Blue 90. Blue 90. Stop your whining.
And now the Jags defense deciding to call a timeout. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. They'll come out in the pistol. And now here's a carry heading left. And he's got room. And they're able to get this one across the 35. So holding by the offense, and maybe now got to shift up what you want to do on the playbook.
Yeah, definitely. Change what you're doing in the playbook, but boy, the advantage shifts to the guys on defense, doesn't it? Longer yardage situations, they often become bolder.
And they'll go on the ground. And this has been a recurring theme tonight for sure. Nowhere to run. Back to the line of scrimmage, that's all. And now the Jags going to signal for another timeout. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play.
Here we go.
On 3rd and long, it's Wentz. And throw right side complete to Parker. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here. That'll be their 3rd and final stoppage here as we step aside. He gets us away. It's a good one. Drawing toward the sidelines. And the punt over the side in the air, and the spot will be inside the 35. The Jaguars getting set to go. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride.
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, Coach, what do you want to call? He just waved a hand like, who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time. But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them.
There will always be a place for methodically marching the ball downfield. But when you can pick it up in big chunks and strike like that, have explosive plays, that's often the difference in winning and losing. Those types of plays that can knock a defense off balance, that'll drive a team towards a victory.
1st down and 10 now for the offensive group. On 1st and 10, here's Bortles. Over the middle, it's Thomas. And he's going to get this inside the 30. 12 yards on the pickup, and the Jags are going to have a 1st down.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off by the safety, Eric Reed. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And out come the Dolphins now. They have the dream scenario you hope for coming into the game. Just one kneel here, and this game should be over.
And it's always the final play of preparation each week. The practicing of the kneel-down formation, the victory formation. We've got a game in hand, and that's all they're going to want to do now, to put someone back deep just in case something goes haywire. But all in all, take the snap, kneel down, and shake hands. Yes, get out of there.